There we go. We got Coach Chuang in here. Happy belated birthday, sir. How we
Yeah.
doing?
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Awesome.
All right, well, let's give just a couple more minutes here to make sure everybody has a chance to get on. I'm supposed to have about 42 people joining.
Pretty good. We're at about 2/3, so we've got enough for a legal quorum. I appreciate it.
I'll remove this and to see. Thank you, everyone, for joining tonight. I appreciate everyone being here for sure. Okay, I guess we can go ahead and get started. For everybody's information, this is going to be recorded and we will try to have it on the YouTube channel at the latest Sunday. It might even be earlier, so feel free to send your athletes there for them to look at the recording and to be able to get the updates as well. Or if somebody comes in late tonight as well, they can also go to the recording. So that should not be a problem.
So Angela, before you start, can I say one thing? So this is the update we got from the Muju IRS Poomsae IRS seminar, and a lot of materials made by James Shi. So James Shi is here on this call. Thank you very much for doing this, along with Mike Wong from California. So just wanted to shout out. Thank you very much for getting information to us.
Thank you a lot for your help. They were helping. Thank you to USAT for putting this together. Thank you to everyone. Our goal going forward is to, anytime we get any new updates, we want to get it out to the coaches, out to our athletes. We want to make sure everybody is staying up to date as soon as we receive information. Next month, of course, we're having another Poomsae refresh in Mexico, so I'm excited. I'll be there, as well as most of our vice chairs will be there as well. So if we receive any further updates there, we'll make sure, again, to try to meet with everybody and get any updates that we have immediately out to everyone. The other thing I wanted to mention is that for team trials starting going forward, I'm sure you guys have all seen the post that they're going to be allowing black pants. And this coincides whether it's with the WT Poomsae uniform, whether it's the white dobok, male or female. Those black pants are going to be allowed. So I apologize. I've been sick lately, so I'm going to try to get through without coughing. The other thing we wanted to mention, Katie is on this call. However, we want to keep away from a lot of questions here in this forum. We're just going to show the updates. There's not really a lot. It shouldn't take too long to get over. Anything regarding the tournament or how it's set up, all of that, please reach out directly to Katie to ask those questions. So this is just simply just to get that updates out to you guys as quickly as possible. If there is an urgent question, Tim is monitoring for us the questions in our chat, so feel free to put those there.
Yep. Please just direct message me so that way it doesn't confuse the flow. Just choose my name and then shoot it to me, and I'll make sure the proper ones get put up for everyone to learn.
All right. So here's this. Can everybody see the screen? Okay, we're good. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, actually, let's be admitted then. Actually, since Master Sieber has joined, let's let
He just
him.
came in. Yep.
Yes, let's let him say something real quick before we get started.
Let me give him privileges.
Thank you. Can you go ahead and spotlight him for me, Tim?
Mm-hmm.
We'll let him president. Master Sieber, can you hear us?
There you go. Spotlight.
There we go.
There you go, Sarah. Awesome.
So we thought we'd let you say a few things before we get started on, oh, do you not have sound?
He's connecting right now. Now he's good. Now we have audio.
Okay.
Hmm.
We're still not hearing you, sir.
You're muted.
Yeah, just unmute.
Okay, now
Yep.
can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Okay. Hey, thank you very much, guys. I'm a little sorry about this. I started at 10:02 and was having all kinds of trouble. So Katie helped me out and got me a new link. I just wanted to say thanks to all of you for coming for this meeting. Leslie and Angela and the team have put a lot of work in here. So I appreciate everybody coming. I do have one thing I wanted to say. I received some very sad news tonight that Bill, or George Coleman, because he goes kind of by both names, has been diagnosed with pretty serious cancer, and it's extremely aggressive, and it doesn't look good at all. So I would ask all of you to keep him in your thoughts and prayers. And I guess that's all I've got. So Angela, I know you kind of started. I could hear it in the background. Thank you to you and Leslie and the whole team, and back at you. You can have it, okay? And happy holidays to everybody.
All right. Thank you, sir. Let's go back to share the screen. Okay, perfect. All right, so tonight we're just going to go over some accuracy clarification, some scoring criteria for freestyle. We're just going to glance at that real quick. There's not any changes really to freestyle. And then the freestyle music, once we get there. One of the things I did also want to mention is at team trials, you might start to see in the world class divisions, some nines, some even higher mid nines. So we're starting to take WT really wants to get those scores up. So well, somebody's writing on my screen. All right. Is there any way to erase those? Well, hopefully it won't be involved in where we're at. All right, so starting with Taguk 6, this isn't really a change, but just they're going over it again, that there's no deduction either way, whether you want to pull your toes back or you want to have a straight foot. The instep with straight toes, either is fine. The only thing that would be the deduction is if you're obviously bending your ankle while using that, either of the techniques. But whether you want to have your toes back or you want your toes straight, either way is fine. Choreo, a lot of these have gone back to the way they were in the past. So on choreo now, they would like to see on the major makare pijokchigi, they want to see the movement start to accelerate from the sidelines of the body to the finish and make a sound, kind of like it was previously. If no acceleration, that's a 0.1 deduction in the accuracy. For Tibet, on the Kungan Motomaki, the middle block, no deduction if the hands cross the center line. If the hands do not cross the center line, it's a 0.1 deduction in accuracy. So we've kind of gone back to where it's going to go past the midline, and then you can go into the block. Kungan Motomaki, going into the Yokchigi. You can either go straight into the strike, or you can come up to your shoulder and strike out. Either way is acceptable. Shipjin, this is the one that we really wanted to get to people. This has gone back to the leg. The leading leg indicates which arm is on the bottom. So we've kind of we moved to the way Cookie One was doing it, and now we've kind of gone back to the leading leg to be consistent in all the teaching. So if the leading arm is on the top, a 0.1 deduction will be given in accuracy, and expression of energy will be affected. So, oh, and also on the palm, they want to make sure that the palm is pressing against the wrist. If not, that's a 0.1. And then the Bawi Miligi, we've had this for a while, that you need to be at the 45 degrees, and they just don't want the straight forward in there. And then in Jite, the major Makya Jokchigi, the fingers can be closed or open. Either way will be accepted. There's no deduction there. So once you go to strike, whether your hands are a little open or you have them closed kind of around it, either way is fine. This one is a little bit newer. So supporting the pelvis during Yopchigi or Dolyochigi is discouraged. If this happens, a 0.1 deduction will now be given in accuracy. It's always kind of been considered in the expression of energy, but now it's actually a 0.1 deduction. So if you're doing the T-potting, kind of pushing into your hip with your hand, it's actually an accuracy deduction now. One of the things WT is trying to go is they're trying to strongly discourage the sky kicks or straight up vertical kicks. So if you're throwing a sky kick, they're not viewable without significant head movement. Like if you were to actually look at the kick, you would have to significantly move your head. And for significant head movements when performing apchigi, this does not affect yopchigi or side kick, just an apchigi. A 0.1 deduction will be given in both accuracy and expression of energy. So, but again, you know, this is not, they want to just see it a little bit forward kind of to a target, but and to where it's just a reasonable looking. This a little bit is not going to affect your score. This is only if it's a significant head movement. And that was really all of the changes. Again, this will be online on Sunday if anybody needs to re-review these rules or want to share it with anyone. And again, it'll be exciting to kind of see some of those scores. So we're excited to see that. This year for freestyle, the one thing we wanted to do, we created a Dropbox so that everybody can, all the athletes can submit their music beforehand. This allows us to preview it. Again, it can only be music. There cannot be humming, any type of voice used without it, lyrics, any of that. So humming, little words, ha-ha, anything like that. Absolutely no sound, just the music coming through, no voice. If you need to take a picture of this, feel welcome. This is also going to be sent out to all of the athletes tomorrow morning. So they will have the instructions there. If you need help, please don't wait till the last day. That way, if you need help, please reach out to us. We're more than willing. You can see Katie's emails on there from USAT. I'm on there, and Eric, and we can help get that done for you. And then from there, we will be able to preview the music, check the time, check the music, make sure everything's in proper order. And then we'll have that music at the ring for each division, which should make it go very smooth, we're hoping. So again, there was really no changes to freestyle as far as the execution. Just they've kind of changed a little bit the way we think about the scoring to try to break it down a little bit easier for the referees. So this is just for kind of for the referees to see a little bit, just a way to think about it on how they come to their score. So the way we score technical skills has been modified to follow a more structured format. Each skill starts with a base score from 0.1 to 0.7, depending on the mastery of the performance. And an additional 0.1 to 0.3 is added based on the criteria for that skill. And so you can see here, sorry about the writing on there. So the mastery of the performance is in that 0.1 to 0.7, how well it's executed, the landing, the power, everything. And then for the kicks, 3, 4, 5, or more will be added here to that score, depending on the difficulty. And this is kind of the same just for each of the ones. We have our base score, and then depending on the technique that's executed, we'll add the additional 0.1, 0.2, or 0.3. Same for consecutive sparring kicks. Nothing has changed with that. All the athletes must bounce 3 times in the same place. Do not change directions. And then from there can move on. And again, whether it's low, mid, or high level kicks. And then the acrobat kicking technique, same thing. So we start with the 0.1, 0.7 for mastery of the skill. And then we add to that with a 0.1, 0.2, or 0.3. And so really no changes. So again, a lot of this just seems like it's reverted kind of back to where it was before. Not a ton of changes, but we definitely wanted to get this out to everybody to make sure everybody has the opportunity to train. And like I said, we're going to try to keep doing this in the future, trying to get the information out there to everybody, our athletes, our referees, our our coaches as soon as possible. That way everybody can be on the same page. Everybody has time to adjust or do what they need to do. And that's it. Were there any questions?
So I just want to make sure one thing is clear. When we talk about quote unquote sky kick, we're talking about front kicks. For
Right.
side kick, like the straight up side kick, that rule has not changed. So we're just talking about, so in addition to the straight up side kicks that WT do not want, we're now talking about the straight up front kick that the players knee will almost hit their head, and that kind of front kick. WT want to discourage that as well.
Yeah, and I did add that into the slide. I did put Opchigi that way. So if somebody's not on this call or well, I guess they'll hear it anyway, but that it is clearly just the Opchigi. It won't affect Opchigi, so. All right, everyone. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at Team Trials. We're super excited. It's coming up quickly, and hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas and holidays. And that would end the discussion. Thank you so
Okay.
much for coming tonight.
Thank you so much for holding
Yeah,
this call.
thank you very much, Angela. Yeah, good to see everyone. Yeah.
And thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night.